Hey guys, this is Seth from the Mass Store Knife Shop, and today we're going to go over something a little different. Not a knife today, but we have a knife sharpener. One of our best sharpeners that we sell. Out of 3 or 4 main ones, this is one of my favorite, and today we're going to show you how to use it. It's called the Precision Adjust from Worksharp. They make a lot of different sharpeners. We have electrical ones, we have this manual one, we have stones, but this particular one has a lot to it. It looks kind of complex, but it's not that bad, and I'll show you how to assemble it, use it. But here's the box. I'm going to actually use our sharpener from the workshop, from the knife shop that we use every day. So you got all your pieces here. It comes in a box. And the cool part is you do not need a single tool or bolt or screw to put this together. It all clips together either with a magnet or just clip. So you have your base with your anti-skid plates so it doesn't move, very sturdy. You have this part that clips in. You just simply lock it. You hear that snap. So now it's all one piece. You have your magnetic clamp. It's called the V-block knife clamp. It really locks your knife in tight. And all it is a simple magnet. And it locks in right there. And it stays in there. And that's also how you rotate it, which I will show you in a second. And then you have your stones. You got 320, which is they're diamond coated. You got 600. And then you have your ceramic for your fine polishing. And the whole thing rotates. This can come off and clean it. Just take that little O-ring off, take it off, clean it. And these can be replaced if they wear out in a year or so. You can buy new ones from Worksharp, pop them on there with 3M tape. They peel off, you pop it on, brand new. So I love that feature, very replaceable. And then this also is a magnet. It's hard to see here. You just lock that in right there. And now it's in there, and this swivels. So let me get a knife to show you how to clamp it in there and such. I'm going to start out with my EDC, giant mouse. A great size for this. Get that out of the way. So right here you have your screw that unlocks the clamp. Put your knife blade in. And some knives they have a thumb stud. You do have to be careful on where to put that. So obviously not under the clamp. In this case, it kind of sets itself. Clamp it in there. And you don't have to tighten it down crazy tight. Just enough to where the knife doesn't move. It's locked in there tight. And depending on how dull the knife is to begin with, you can select your grit. 320 is for really dull, to start like a whole brand new edge. 600 to kind of touch it up. And if you just really need to touch up, you can go right to the ceramic. But I'm going to start with the 320. And also an important thing, if you don't know the angle of your knife from the factory, I can show you a trick on how to do that. And you can see you can dial it in from all the way from 15 to 30 degrees. So anywhere from a kitchen knife to like a large bushcraft or even a machete if it'll fit in there. But like I said, if you do not know your angle, what you can do is take a Sharpie or any kind of marker and lightly color the very edge of your knife just to where it turns black. Just a small little area. And you just kind of get in the ballpark. I'm going to start at 20 because I know my knife is at 20 degrees. But you set your sharpener down on there. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to lightly grind off that black part and see how I land. So just very lightly, small, light, medium pressure, going back and forth. And now you can see how my black line is gone. So I know I'm dead on 20 degrees. If there were some on the edge or the top part, you would know you had to adjust your angle. Once you develop your angle, you can either work back and forth like this. It shows in some of the videos, even from Worksharp, or you can go 10 strokes this way and flip it to do the other side. There's no right or wrong. It just depends on how you like to sharpen your knife. I prefer to go back and forth. And it's important to use light, medium pressure. If you push down too hard, you're going to totally change the angle. See how that flexes? So you want light pressure. And it's also important to, when you get to the tip, to make sure you do not round it. Don't twist that over. Make sure you keep going with it, or to really focus on right there. So if you keep going around, you'll make it round like a butter knife. And so once you're happy with your initial edge, you can simply pull the whole thing out and rotate it and pop the magnet back in. Or on the back side here, there's a button. You simply push that and rotate your knife the other way. There's no, either way works. And then repeat the process this way. And I prefer the back and forth motion. And even on the Worksharp website, the tutorial videos, they do the same method. Back and forth, light, medium pressure. And they also say to sharpen for a while and feel for a burr on the other side. That's kind of how you know when you're ready to switch grits, if you feel a burr. This knife was already pretty sharp, so I'm not going to worry about a burr, but you get the idea. So once you're happy with that one, you go to the 600. You progress in your grits. Same process, back and forth. Till you're happy, flip it over. And then your final is the ceramic, extremely high grit. It'll put like a mirror shine on the edge once you do it enough. And you can hear the sound difference. This is simply polishing. And then once you're done with that, flip it over, pop your magnet back in there. Again, that's the cool part. There's no screws or bolts under this whole thing. Repeat the process. Now that's it for an EDC. Let me show you one more on like a larger kitchen knife. I'll show you how to do that. Clamp your knife in. Now most kitchen knives are going to be a lower angle, probably less than 20. This one's probably 15. And keep in mind, this is a hollow grind. So I'm going to have to change my angle a little bit in here. You can see right now we're at 20. I'm going to go down to about probably 15. That's pretty average. Again, you can do the marker trick if you want. You can see I've changed it to about 15. There's no right or wrong. It's just whatever angle you want your knife at. And the same process, I'm going to switch to my 320 grit and lightly. And so you see the range of motion this thing has, so I can keep going quite a bit more. And if you did have a knife that big, you can also move it down and clamp progressively as you go. But again, I'm just going to lightly grind back and forth. Once you're happy with that side, in this case, you got to pick it up to rotate it, lock it in, and you'll feel a lock when it's set. Repeat the process all the way to that finger choil. And again, you can see I'm focusing on that chip notch around the chip. I'm just going to go forward like that. That's important. And then I'll go through my different grits, so forth, and then finally my polish grit. So you guys get the idea. It's just very repetitive, very methodical. I find it kind of therapeutic. It's fun to work with. Unclamp your knife. And now this retails for $69.95 in the knife shop. You can get it online or in person. It's great. We can show you how to use it if you come into the knife shop. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video on the Precision Sharpener from WorkSharp. Please hit the like button and be sure to subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any new content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.